Hardik is Meera's classmate. Miss Bansal is an extremely interesting character. I like that. Yeah.
Let's go.
Anila. Wow. Like, challa, let's bunk marte na aaj.
School assembly ground. Meera clenches and unclenches her fists, applauds absently. A jaunty boy jogs up to a stage where the dignified principal, Mr. Berman, awards him a badge, prefect. The jaunty boy joins a neat row of anointed prefects. The assembled students obey. Meera takes the mic, he shakes.
Sorry. Hi. Okay. Please say the pledge after me. Okay, let's all of us read the pledge. It'll be nice if just repeat after me. As a student of my school, I pledge to honor our age-old Indian culture and live according to it. Should I read the film part of it? It shall be my constant endeavor to abide by the rules of my school. Yes.
As the assembly echoes her, Meera scans the crowd. Girls on one side, boys on the other. Teachers line up behind the students, women by the girls, men by the boys. Nisar recites the pledge and scratches his butt. Two unruly girls, Tina and Aditi, try to step on each other's shoes. One spots Meera elbows the other. Then Meera's eyes land on Shri, magnetic telescope. He's the only one not repeating the pledge. He smiles at Meera mischievously, holds her gaze. School assembly grounds. A few moments later, Meera oversees the new prefects as they make their way down rows of students, inspecting uniforms, hair, and names. Girl prefect examines the robe, outstretched hands. Meera points out to the fighting girls from the pledge, Tina and Aditi, the girl prefect too.
Send those two over.
The marching band starts up. Students march away, out of files first, then inwards, like a giant unraveling yarn. Meera walks through a row of girls singled out for discipline. She sees Mr. Bakshi lording over a similar row of boys, yanking ears and barking insults. Meera faces her first delinquent, Mousy girl, who tries to wipe her dusty shoes on the back of her socks.
You're making your socks black.
The Mousy girl looks abashed.
You have polish in the hostel? Good. Polish and show me at lunch.
Meera is strict, but not unkind. Next up are the pledge girls.
Yeah. Didi, she started it. She tried.
That's not true. She was.
I don't want to know. You two figure it. Just not during the pledge, okay? Now 2 rounds of the field. Go.
Tina and Aditi looking glum, but obey. Meera turns to the last girl in line, Priya. She holds up nail polished hands.
I remove it. Congrats, Meerabai. तुम बहुत irritating.
Priya grins. Meera cracks a smile too. Priya scoots away. Then Meera hears smooching sounds.
What a run.
Yeah, okay, you can do it also. But it's Vikrant and Pratik basically. The male voice is them only. Yeah. Yeah.
Meera traces the voice to Pratik, stout and pugnacious, and Vikrant, tall and vain. Both have a cultivated, messy glam. The two ogle like Tina and Aditi running, knees kicking, skirts up, breast bounce. Hardik, third of the trio, watches but keeps spark. He spots Meera and tries to warn his buddies. Meera marches up to him.
Please don't loiter. The bell rang.
पर बाहर मौसम बड़ा अच्छा. We're getting some fresh air.
Go to the class or I'll report you.
Vikrant and Pratik crack up with this. Meera stands her ground.
Now.
Meera stares them down. Their laughter becomes forced. Still leering at the girls, they finally leave. She's relieved. Hardik separates himself from his buddies and comes up to her.
Congrats, guy. I knew it. Sorry, those two are idiots.
Get them to class.
Okay, like, is there like some undertone happening currently?
No undertone. Meera has just been selected as the head
Yeah.
prefect of the school.
Yeah.
And undertone is that yes, Vikrant and Pratik are some notorious boys.
That's
And
normal.
that's normal, but shouldn't be normalized. Anyway, she goes to.
Can't we look at?
Come on.
We're
that's
just taking
normal.
some fresh air, dude. Come on.
Yeah.
Don't judge us.
Yeah, of course.
I've seen this.
Very much into the character. Yeah, but she understands that these boys don't have a very appropriate gaze towards girls, and she's also nervous to tackle them because she's been given a responsibility. It's the first time a female is getting that responsibility. So that's the first time she's trying to, intrude and be like, hey, back off.
Is that linked with her skirt?
No, I mean, as a head prefect, she wants to abide by the rules. That's why she wants to keep the skirt length appropriate to the school rule
So
books.
it is linked.
Why did she get it
Not
stitched short
She
in
knew
the
it,
first
right? That she's
So what happens, I think in my school, we would always buy the bigger uniform so that it lasts us a couple of years. So mom would initially alter it to my length, and as I would grow, she would stitch it out. So I think for Mira's case, she got a bigger skirt, and she would have like.
Anila is poor.
Anila is not poor.
Yeah, that's.
No, I mean, this is a middle class.
Middle class.
Yeah, it's you could say that, and she got the skirt. It could also be that Anila had stitched the skirt thinking that this is the length for Mira, because Anila is a cool mom and she thinks Mira should wear skirts that look good. But Mira wanted to be the school abiding kid and be like, no, I can't have skirts above my knee length. Yeah.